Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Parent Solution. Today, again, we have with us Wendi McKenna. Today, Wendi is going to talk to us about leadership. Wendi is a leadership trainer for teenagers. Can you tell us more about leadership and why our children need to have a leadership quality in them? What exactly is leadership?
Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, we could go so deep into this. So what is leadership? Wow. When we think about a leader, it's someone who braves the unknown. It's someone who explores and tries something new. It's someone who has an idea about something that doesn't exist yet, and there's no evidence that it could be possible, and yet they're committed to creating it. So many of the technologies and advances in our human world come from leaders who had a dream and who had an idea, but didn't just have the idea and dream. They actually took action and made it happen. And so when leaders create their visions and their dreams, they have an impact. They have an impact on others. They have an impact on the world. They have an impact on our hearts. And many, many people in this world, don't get me wrong, are victims of their world, are victims of their circumstances, are victims of their stories that keep themselves small. So many of us have limiting beliefs about, am I worthy? Can I really do it? Does my voice matter? Do I have what it takes? And let me be frank, when we're born, we don't have these beliefs. When we're born, we are just freely who we are, and we create something from nothing every single day. But as we grow up and as we have experiences with our parents, with our siblings, with our teachers, with our culture, some of those experiences can be very empowering. Many of those experiences, unfortunately, shut us down. All about controlling us. You've got to look a certain way. You've got to act a certain way. You've got to say this kind of thing here, but not over here. You need to be like this in order to survive. You need to get this kind of job in order to make it. You've got to get this grade in order to be seen. And we have so many rules that we place upon our kids that it actually shuts them up a bit. It controls them. And it makes them feel like they don't have what it takes to lead. Now, the opposite of that is being responsible. I am responsible for my life. I am the author of my life and the experience of it. There's no blaming shame. There's no blaming anybody else or any other thing for what might be occurring in my life. It's on me. So when I talk about leadership, it's not just about being the principal of a school or the mayor of a town or the governor or an elected official or the CEO of I used to think that that's what it was. I also had a feeling of leadership when I was a kid that I didn't want to be a leader, because in group projects, everyone always said, my teachers always gave me feedback, oh, you're such a great leader. You're just a natural leader. But to me, what I made up about that is you're the one who does all the work and everybody else gets the credit. So I'm like, I don't want to be the leader. I don't want to be the only one doing all the work. But what I learned in leadership is that it's so not about me. And who do I get to be to not only rise to the top, but to make sure others come along with me? Who do I get to be to make an impact so that I'm not just doing all the work because I can do it better than you, or I'm doing all the work because you don't want to, but who do I get to be to enroll you in the vision? Who do I get to be to make sure that you come along and build the skills with me? So I get to reinvent myself over and over and over again to bring you on board with me, to work in tandem, to work in partnership. And so when we think about a world that works, at least when I think about a world that works, when I dream about world peace, we all do. Everybody wants world peace. They say it. It's almost like it's a tagline, but when I really sit and think about what is world peace, it's people working together. It's people, not we're not going to agree on everything. That's okay, but we get to respect one another. We get to be aligned with what it is that we're creating. And I would venture to guess that we all want peace. We all want love. We all want joy. We all want abundance. And if we truly all want that, who gets to be the leader to step up and create it? But the next generation. Hello, it gets to start with the next generation. We're already here. We adults are adulting. We get to grow up all over again too. And in the meantime, while we're growing up all over again, we get to bring the teenagers along with us and make sure that they understand that they have incredible ideas, they have incredible power, and that when they own their voice, when they own who they are and dig within themselves what's important to them and why, not because mom says it so or dad says it so or a teacher says it so, but because it's within me. When we're all working on the things that we love, we have a world that works. It's not a world where everybody needs to do the same. Can you imagine like a world where we all were just in a factory line doing the same thing, the cookie cutter, like, okay, you all people go down this line, you people are like this, go here, you people here. I mean, that's kind of what our educational system does right now. It sorts us into all the different places versus stopping the conveyor belt and asking each one of us, what's important to you? Why is that important to you? Why is that alive for you? Why you? And then you ask the next person, and something completely different is important to them. And then something completely different. And how beautiful that just by asking people, the diversity of our dreams actually makes the world go round, because we can't all do the same thing. But rather than being cordoned off by what the adults think best, we ask the teens, what lights you up? What's going to be the thing that you want to create in this world that you're going to be excited and jump out of bed and fulfilled because you want to be doing it, not because you have to? And when we trust that those teens will choose, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to pick up the garbage on the street, I want to build the roads, we're going to have all those people. But if we don't give our teens a chance to have power, if we don't give our teens a voice, we are shutting down the next generation of leaders into precisely what has happened before us. And if you look at the world right now, it's not working very well. There's a lot of breakdown. And what if this next generation is the one who turns it around, with us working hand in hand, shoulder and shoulder with us? And this is why I'm so dedicated to our teenagers. They don't get to fall into the trap of social media and trying to, get the most likes and try to have to live up to the perfection that they see that doesn't exist. They get to know that they matter, their voice matters. And when adults really see them for who they are versus their behavior and can get underneath the behavior, our world works.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing all these things with us. That was super empowering. And I have gone through leadership programs, so I can completely understand. My life shifted. My resources are same, I am same, my house is same, everything is same, but my life shifted. So thank you so much. That's all for today. See you soon.